Those are from 4 Eastern to 5:10 Eastern in Italy, or in Eastern, and then 10 to 11:10 Italy, and then 11:10 Italy to when it's done. Roughly, probably about if about an hour or so. About an hour, I would say. And then yeah, it's about an hour, I would say. So, and then that's 11:10 to 12:10, and then yep, and that's 5:10 to 6:10 Eastern. And then wheelchair curling mixed team round session 7. Japan, Italy, China, Canada, North Korea, Norway. You're gonna see mixed team and robin match. Don't know which one they're gonna show, to be determined which one. And then it's the men's women's sprint classic qualifying and para cross country skiing. The sprint classic races. Who's gonna qualify for the sprint classic? It's like the sprint races, like the 1 kilometer sprint races. You're gonna see who qualifies for them. If the sprint single for the women at 4:45 Eastern, 4:55 Eastern for the men. That's at 10:45, 10:55, and 11:05 in Italy. This is 10:35 in Italy. Wheelchair curling. 11:05 in Italy. It's a Sadaki group stage. Italy versus Germany. And then you're gonna show the women's sprint classic stand qualifying at 11:25 East, 11:25 Italy, 5:25 Eastern. And then men's sprint classic stand is at 11:35, 5:35 Eastern, 5:55 Eastern, 11:55 in Italy. Women's sprint classic visually impaired. Then the men's is 10 minutes after. And then during that break, they're gonna have the men's combined Super G. You know, the which you didn't get to see live on USA Network. They're gonna show on USA Network. They're gonna show the women's combined Super G at 4 Eastern. At 5:10, they're gonna go to women's sprint classic qualifying. And to win sprint classic qualifying for power cross country skiing. They're gonna tape delay and they tape premiere the men's women's sprint classic, or the Super G men's combined Super G. Then you have the women's sprint sing semifinals, and then the sprint classic standing for the men. And the men. This starts at it's gonna start at 7:50 Eastern, and then it's gonna be the sitting, the standing, and then the sprint sing, sprint classic sting, and the sprint classic visually impaired semifinals and finals, and it's going to go all the way to from 7:15 Eastern all the way to roughly 9:15 Eastern. Actually, like 9:10 Eastern-ish. I'd say 9:10 Eastern. Maybe 9:15 Eastern by the time it's done. And they're going to that's 1:15 to 3:15 Italy time. And the far alpine skiing starting at 8 Eastern. That's the Super G is the alpine combined. And then we have the slalom, the vision impaired, the skiing, the sing, and the men's, and that's probably 45 minutes, I would say. From 8 Eastern to 8:45 Eastern, which is 2 Eastern, or 2 in Italy to 2:45, and then 2:50 to probably maybe 3:35 or 3:30. It's 40 minutes. There are the visually impaired, the sting, the sing, slalom, and they're gonna show that not on US, they're gonna use it to see in Peacock Live. And then they have the sled hockey match. Once the sled hockey is done, once the sprint classic is done, they're gonna go to sled hockey and show that at 8:35 Eastern, 2:35 in Italy. I'm gonna see China Power Ice Hockey, and then I'm gonna join that press, which probably will be joining the press mostly about a little bit after 9 Eastern though. And then they're gonna show it. Then they're gonna have the mixed double semifinals session, each sheet A, sheet E, curling, and then for the wheelchair curling. And we're going in day. This is to 10th on Tuesday, and then we're gonna show both on Peacock. Both are gonna be in Peacock. 9:35 Eastern. Like I said, 2:35 nearly. And then the men's one super combined slalom at 10:30 Eastern on USA Network. It's going to be a half hour condensed. And then the men's and sprint classic finals. So actually, no, they're not. They're actually not going to show them. They might either that or either they're show them full and then cut them out until the hockey's on, and then show the rest of them live. They on our TV on and USA. They actually might do that. So we'll see. But you're gonna either way. They're gonna be showing maybe just at 11 a.m. Eastern. And Canada Czechia group stage power ice hockey. That's at 12:05 p.m. Eastern. 6:05 in Italy, and then 7:35 Italy. 1:35 p.m. Eastern time. Slovakia, United States, Latvia, China, Italy, Norway, same Canada. And you're gonna see Slovakia, USA, and Peacock. And Slovakia, Japan, and Slovakia. It's at 3:35 Eastern. 9:35 in Italy. And then the 11th, you're gonna see TV or a repeat of the men's and women's super combined slalom. Either you're gonna see just one of the women's events maybe one day, and then the men on 4 a.m. There. I am not sure what's going to go on. If it's the women's at 4 a.m. or the men's at 4 a.m. Probably one of them is going to be at 4 a.m. So I'm assuming. And the USA South Korea mixed team, which are curling, that's going to be at 4 or 5 a.m. You're going to see Latvia and Norway. You're not going to see Latvia and Norway, Sweden, Slovakia, Great Britain, China, you're going to see United States, Korea, and Peacock only. And then that's the power cross country skiing. And then so it's 10-kilometer classics. You're not going to see our full, I should say. And then you're going to see the 10-kilometer classics. The sitting ones only. You're only going to see the sitting ones. As they're going to go. You're going to see. Oh, well, they might show the sitting ones, and they might go to, let's say, South Korea, and then either in full or then go back to the visually impaired ones. They're not going to show the skiing ones, probably. So it's the men's and women's 10-kilometer classics. Interval start classics, okay. And then they're going to show the skiing. The skiing ones are going to start with the women's at 10:45 to 4:45. And then the men. And then go to women's skiing. Men's, the vision impaired, and vision impaired for the women and the men. Sternum, and then that's gonna be rough from 10:45 all the way it starts gonna be to 1:55 p.m. So it's gonna be about probably to like 2:35 or 3:30 p.m. with all like the races, with all the events, and then and then the wheelchair mixed doubles, bronze and gold final, shown at the same time. Time on that, so. If they're showing the vision impaired, like, live on, Peacock, or live on USA, or TV on USA, at 1:15 a.m., so maybe not. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. It might be, showing the vision impaired stuff. And then maybe after that break, they might be going back and showing, like the standings you missed in full. In full, maybe. I could see that, actually. Because the Korea mixed team, that's only in a couple hours. Well, maybe. And then we have the gold medal game and the bronze medal game for wheelchair curling. Mixed doubles on the same time. Which for the Olympics, it's the mixed doubles is not for the gold and bronze. And then we have the sheet. And we have Rick's team round robin. Italy, Sweden, Slovakia, Canada, Latvia, Great Britain. And it's shown on Peacock. One of them is, not all of them, but just one of them. That's at 9:05 in Italy. And then the Paralympics skiing. I'm going to show it on Thursday. You're going to see men's and women's super combined slalom. It's on the 12th now.